Hello everyone and welcome to Unsum's YouTube channel. Stay tuned because today we're going to be making miniature chicken sandwiches. Alright guys, so jumping right into the video, here are a few of the materials that I'm going to be using for this specific project. You're definitely going to want to use some glue of a sort. I'm using hot glue gun just to make sure everything stays in place, paintbrushes, and a few tools just to add more texture to the food. Now, a lot of these things are optional, but everything will add a more realistic touch to your food. Of course, you're going to need scissors, and this is the paint that I'm going to be using, along with Mod Podge, and tissue paper, guys, is the star of the show. So we're actually going to start with the tissue paper to form the burger and to also make the buns. What I do is I take one square of the tissue paper, rip it in half, and then dip it inside the water. So when you do it this way, it's a lot easier to mold and you can shape it exactly how you would like. Over here, I'm shaping a small dome just for the top of the burger, and as you can see, I'm just moving my fingers around just to get it into a precise shape, and then I go ahead and I move on to the other parts of the bun. So you're going to want to repeat this for as many burgers as you're making, and for the meat you're going to want to make it a little bit of a different shape just to give it a more realistic look. So as I set that out to dry, I'm now going to get water and get started on the lettuce. So what I find to make very easy lettuce that looks very realistic is to get a white sheet of paper, wet it, and then add your acrylic paint. So you kind of want it to look like a marble watercolor. You don't want to paint it 100% green. You kind of want to just do a few blotches of green throughout the paper, as you can see me doing. This is definitely one method to do it. There are so many different ones that you can follow, but this was very easy for me. So after that, I set everything out to dry. As you can see, we have both buns and our meat pieces. Now to make the food look a lot more realistic, I go in with my pastel shadings and I go ahead and I color the buns. Now the base of my bun is yellow, and then I go ahead with an orangey color on the top just to make it look very realistic and also give it a bit of dimension. I then go ahead and shade the edges and the underpiece of the burger bun as well. Now going in with my Mod Podge, I really love it when burgers have that glossy look on top. I feel like it just makes it look a lot more real, so I went ahead and did one coat of Mod Podge on each burger bun. And now for the actual meat of the burger, this kind of gave me a little bit of a hard time because I wanted to get that exact color as you guys saw on my Pinterest. The chicken does have a little bit of an orangey red, it has a lot of colors in it, so I went ahead and just mixed up a lot of different colors. The first try was unsuccessful. It was a little bit too dark, so I went ahead to lighten it up a little bit with orange, and I got the perfect color. As you guys can see, I did add a little bit of water to make it easier to transfer on the tissue paper, but look at the color, guys. I feel like that looks very realistic. It looks very close to the color on the Pinterest sandwich that you guys saw. So I feel like it's looking very real. It's coming together. I now have all of my pieces completed, shaded, painted, and I set it to the side to dry. Now coming back to our sheet of lettuce that we painted a little while ago, I go ahead and I rip them up and I crumble them. So this gives more of a realistic look that it actually is lettuce. Going back, I think I would rip all around the edges just so it doesn't have that square look on the edge, but I think it did turn out really good. And last but not least, I do mix glue and Mod Podge just to create the sauce that goes inside of the burger. So now we have all of our pieces. I'm just putting everything together. This is my favorite part of making any miniature, is just adding everything together just to see the final product. I really love how every single thing turned out. If I were to change anything, I think it would be the lettuce. I think I would just rip around the edges a little bit more to make it look more realistic, but other than that, I absolutely love the finished product. But anyways, let's go in the kitchen and see how Unsum prepares it. Now, the chicken sandwich definitely does look imperfect. However, I love that look for adding to a more realistic look on miniatures. I feel like it has, or it resembles more so, a real sandwich that you would make for yourself at home. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us on this video, and please stay tuned for more to come.